everybody! Welcome to the first episode of It's a Matchday podcast. I'm joined by my co-host, Ben. How you doing? I've just it's the other way around. It's the mirror view. But anyway, Ben, how we doing?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm very well. Excited to be here. Apologies for viewers watching on YouTube because I am currently sweltering. It's about 35 degrees in my gaff, so I might melt as the podcast goes on. But we're doing this on the hottest day on Earth, I think, of the year.
There's meant to actually be a heat wave tomorrow.
Warm.
And by the time this podcast comes out, it will be the heat wave. So you guys can watch this while you're sweating away. Maybe get a fan, drink plenty of water. But look, I'll be honest, I don't care about your health. I care about you watching this. So stay tuned because there's got a lot coming up. Obviously, why another podcast? There's plenty of podcasts. There's plenty of Wolves podcasts. For me, it was more of a case of, I've done YouTube dribs and drabs, but for me, it's more of a case of and I've appeared on many fan channels, but it's nice to have your own thing going. I feel like I'm at the point now where, I've got the following and I've got, enough of an audience to justify having a podcast. I gave it a try last year. Didn't really work out. I found the perfect co-host, in my opinion, a fellow TikTok creator and someone who knows how to edit. So,
was Azzopardi unavailable? Is that why you picked me? Couldn't afford Azzopardi's hosting fee.
As the podcast grows, we'll get Dave Azzopardi on. Not a problem.
We'll get him on.
We'll get him on. Not a problem. But yeah, I mean, it's just a case of I just felt it's the right time. Ben is going to handle more of the editing stuff, and I suppose I'm going to be more of the presenter. We're going to do a lot of things, man. We're eventually going to try and look into getting into a studio. That's kind of TBC. We'll see what happens to that, but that's definitely what we want to try and do in the future. We're going to try and get some ex-players on. We're going to get, as you'll see today, we do have a Blackburn fan on today, so we're going to try and get different fans on. We're going to do live shows. We're going to do everything like that, so you guys can call in. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to try and do it every week. Obviously, international breaks and all that. There's a big 2-week international break in September, so we might have a break then. Obviously, as you know, I do like to go on holiday quite a bit. So when I'm on holiday, maybe not. I might do it on the beach.
He's a part-timer.
Well, I'd still go to near enough every game. I'm going to try and go to every game this season. But yeah, Ben, introduce yourselves.
Yeah, of course. I'm Matchday Ben. I've been doing this whole TikTok thing as well for quite a bit. I sort of do various things across sort of work and sort of watching Wolves play. And George came up with the idea sort of back in March, but back then the club was was in a good state. So it wasn't the best time to launch a podcast. So we were like, okay, let's leave it a few months. Maybe in the new season, maybe we've got a new manager and need some new players. We'll see. Now we're here. So hopefully we're going to do a weekly thing, and then you guys can watch these audio versions on Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube, and then the short form content will be on TikTok and Instagram as well. So hopefully you guys are going to enjoy it. George is keen to get started, and I'm keen to help him as well, because there was no one else that you could pick in the Wolves community.
Well, so I mean, there was a few options, but I've got the big database. I don't really have a database of every Wolves creator. That'd be very weird if that was the case. But it's actually quite funny. Me and Ben have actually known each other quite a while.
For years.
We used to go to. He knew one of my mates, and we'd go to the odd away game, and I'd see him around, and obviously we'd see each other at away games. And one day, I was on TikTok, as you do, scroll through, I was like, oh, no, that's Ben. So obviously then we kind of reconnected a bit more, because now we got the common interest. Obviously we go to most of the away games, so we do see a lot of each other. He lives quite a bit away from me, so we wouldn't do too much outside of Wolves, but hey, who knows, it could be the start of a beautiful friendship. So,
who knows?
Before we do start talking about Wolves, I do just want to touch upon I am, for some reason, walking to Preston away. So we're currently recording on the Wednesday, so in 6 days I set off from the Molineux up to Deepdale. It's going to take me 4 days, roughly about 25 miles a day. I'd imagine it'd be quite challenging. I have prepared, I've put the hotels, everything in place. Look, Manny Singh doesn't know sleep. And Manny Singh's in his 50s. So realistically, I'm 24, so I should be able to do it. But we'll see. He's probably... I wouldn't say nervous. I wouldn't say nervous is the word. I feel like because
it's a long way to go, George.
It is a long way to go, but I do a lot of walking. I'm not like the biggest fitness person in the world, but I do a lot of walking, and it's the way I've planned the route. I'm doing a slightly longer route, but I'm not going to be going on A roads and hills, so it's a nice, safe route. My dad's doing parts of it with me as well. I've got some nice hotels booked, so yeah, I'm excited. So guys, I am doing it for a good cause. I'm not just doing it for clicks and shares. So, guys, if you do want to donate. Obviously, all the links. Ben will attach the links below.
They'll be in the description. You can find them somewhere. Please do donate. It's for the foundation that do a lot of amazing things for the club. And George is very excited to be working with them on the walk as well. So 4 days in the end, is it, George? 4 days?
Yeah, so the first, I walked from Wolverhampton to Stone, which is just below Stoke. Then I walked from Stone to Middlewich, which is the leg of the journey I'm not that excited for, because that means I actually have to walk through Stoke for a whole day, so that's not going to be that exciting. But then I am actually quite looking forward to walking from Middlewich to Warrington, because that'll be a nice area to walk through. And then it's Warrington to Leyland, which is about 10 miles away from Preston, and the day of the game, as recommended by Manny Singh, don't walk too far on the day of the game. It's a nice 10 miles to Preston.
It's easy.
Yeah, well, it's going to feel easy compared to 25. So I have said if people do want to join me for parts of the walk, you can meet me in Leyland. Obviously, it is a long walk, and I probably will be quite tired and grumpy for a lot of it. So, yeah, for the main parts of the walk, I'm just going to do it with only people I know, really. But if people do want to join me for the last leg of the walk, I'm more than happy to do that. But anyway, Ben, Port Vale on Friday. What a win that was. I mean, run me through it. You were there, weren't you?
Yeah, I was there alongside, I think, you and about 5 other Wolves fans. It was a good day. It was a good start to the season. Carabao Cup on the opening weekend is a bit woke. I'm not sure I completely agree with that. But it was Friday night. It was 25 degrees. Wolves won. And we looked okay. We looked really good. Like, Port Vale are a League 2 team, so I'm not going to sit here and think we're going to win the league. We are, but not because we beat Port Vale. But I liked to see Wolves win a game and win comfortably. Last season, we spent the entire season getting battered by every team left, right and centre. It was nice to be the one doing the battering, if that makes sense. So I thought we were great. The high press is there, it's working, and you can sort of see what he's trying to do as a manager, César Peixoto. So yeah, overall, good day out. 3 points, a clean sheet, Bentley as well. Always nice to see. Into the next round of the Cup, Sheffield Wednesday. Will be interesting to see how we get on there. And yeah, a new ground for me as well, Sheffield Wednesday. I've never been to Hillsborough.
I've never been either. I'm excited to go. Obviously, it is midweek away, which obviously isn't ideal, but I love a midweek away. Like, there's something about it, man. It's like, you just feel
it's cheeky, like, isn't it? On a school night.
You just feel like it's just so sad in a way, isn't it? I'm travelling like to Sheffield on a Tuesday night to watch these millionaires run around the field that don't have no idea I exist. Well, apparently Strand Larson does know I exist, but he doesn't play for us anymore, so
he's gone, mate. He's off.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm in Port Vale. Really enjoyed it, man. It's one of those games. Obviously, the tickets are slightly cheaper, and you can get tickets. So I went with 2 of my mates who I don't usually go to the football with, so that was really nice. We're in the South Bank, which I don't usually get to sit, so that was really nice. I was actually, for the first time ever, I was in the Upper South Bank, so that was really good. But yeah, onto the game. I mean, I thought there was some really good individual performances. I thought, apart from the penalty, Mascara was really good. Hugo Bueno is going to absolutely smash the Championship, man. I'm so excited to see what he can do. But yeah, in terms of like individual performances, I thought there were some really good ones in there. Yerson Mascara really impressed me, man. I think he's going to suit the system really well. Obviously, he did give away the penalty. I haven't actually watched the penalty back, so I don't know what actually happened with that.
Apparently it was soft, but I don't know. It's a League Cup game. We won the game. Who cares?
I'll be honest, I'm really bad at watching highlights. Like, I literally...
I'm not sure you should be making a podcast, man. I don't watch the game when I'm there, let alone afterwards. But we'll see.
No, you know what it was? Job was done. It was Port Vale. You don't really need to go back and watch a penalty. Yerson Mascara is really good, man. Fast. I think he's going to suit the system really well. Kieran Trippier. I mean, let's talk about Kieran Trippier for a minute. I mean, how have we pulled that?
How long have we got?
People can fault Fosun and Nathan Shearer. I mean, that might have been a Rob Edwards signing. Who knows? But maybe that's the whole reason I brought Rob Edwards in, to get Trippier in. But that's a hell of a signing. I've predicted him to be player of the season. I don't know about you, but his passing range.
That's a decent shout. He just is an experienced leader. He's a captain. He's raised standards at Compton, apparently, according to the press that came out earlier. He's a leader. He just looks like a competent footballer as well. We've watched people with Jackson play right back last season. Torture, just hell on earth. I never want to see that happen again. And Trippier, I'm seeing him like make balls forward. I'm like, wow, I can't believe it. The bar was so low last season that he's making things look so easy. And again, in the past, we've signed Sam Ricketts, Dennis Irwin, just experienced fullbacks that have helped us get promoted. And I think Trippier will help us again. So yeah, it's a 10 out of 10 signing. It's perfect. He's 30, whatever. Who cares? It's Trippier.
He brings leadership. He brings set pieces. The passing in general is just incredible. And you look at the individual. You look at the actual. Last season we were missing a lot of quality. Like we had some okay physical players who were probably like physically good enough to play in the Premier League. We didn't have any players who could play that ground-breaking pass. I mean, you bring back Tommy Doyle, and you would have taken that last season as like a start. But to have Kieran Trippier, I mean, like, it's just out. It's just some of his
He was playing in the Champions League last season. He was playing against Barcelona,
exactly.
And now he's playing in the Championship. It's great.
He's not the player he once was, and I don't think anyone expected him to be. But we're in the Championship, and it is a massive drop in quality. I know people say, "Oh, it's a tough league. It's really scrappy, all this and that," but it's a really tough league, man. And no, it's sorry, it is a tough league. But when you got players with the quality, Kieran Trippier, Raúl Jiménez, like, they're going to be absolutely fine. And Kieran Trippier is in for a great season. And yes, it's Port Vale, but some of those passes, like, you remember when Paul Pogba used that laser, like that, almost that laser guided pass,
thing.
where Trippier was doing balls like that. I've never seen this. It was Ruben Neves-esque.
It was like watching Neves play who's English and a fullback. It was great to see.
And it's almost like it was like the goosebumps. It's like, oh my God, we've actually got a player who can play a long ball. And you think his ball's going into Rodrigo Gomez, Mateus Mane, Fer Lopez. I mean, he's someone we'll touch on in a bit, I'm sure. But yeah, absolutely unbelievable.
He's got some good balls, George. I'm going to be honest with you. I think he's bang on. And I think... So looking at having, man. Last season, Jackson Chichua from Semedo was a downgrade that nobody thought was going to be that big of a drop in quality. But Trippier's sort of just come in and gone, it's fine, I'm Trippier. We're going to be absolutely fine. And on corners, he's great. Leadership, he's great. He's, what more could you want? So a free transfer. Tick, man.
Oh,
happy days.
Free, pay him $200,000 a week for all I care.
Yeah, I don't give a damn, man.
The thing is, as well, if we do go straight back up, which I don't want to be too arrogant. Yeah, okay.
We are, George. We are. Okay. Come on.
We are. We're going straight back up. We're going straight back up. You heard it here first. But yeah, if we do go straight back up, I think he'll be probably good enough for another season as well, which is great.
Right.
Hopefully, be the 100%. Captain. I don't know what's going to happen with Totti because obviously Krejci did come on. I think we'd all rather Krejci played, but he does seem to rate Totti. I'm a Totti defender, I'll say, because I think Totti has shown in the past he can be very good. I think fans are a little harsh on him. Yes, he's not brilliant. I will say that his passing is poor, but I think if Krejci does go, I'm not too worried. Yes, and Totti is your back too. How good was Hugo Bueno?
Hugo Bueno, Andre, Fer Lopez, Mateus Mane. We're naming players that should be Premier League players. They just should be Premier League players, and they're here with us in Championship with Wolves. And a lot of concerns is around the squad from last season still being here. If you look at the starting 11 that we're going to play, only 4 or 5 really started last season.
Yeah.
So Rodrigo, Mateus Mane didn't really start all that often. Second half of the season they did towards the end, but again didn't. Trippier wasn't here. Raúl wasn't here. Fer Lopez was loaned out. For goodness sake, why was he allowed to let go on loan? Outrageous. So new goalkeeper as well. That's 5 or 6 new players that you're going to add into Andre, who we all know is good enough anyway. Mosquera, very good defender. Krejci, good defender, and Hugo Bueno. So listen, the squad's fine. The squad's absolutely fine, and we'll be sound. 100%. I think a lot of the players weren't good enough for the Prem, but probably too good for the Championship. You give them a year in the Championship to gain experience and confidence, and it's quite a young squad to be fair. So if you give them a year in the Championship to build up the physical game and just build up experience, then you put them in the Premier League on top of some new signings, on top of the signings already made. Don't play a back 5 as well. You're good to go.
Yeah, I mean, look. Some people like the back 5. It was very nice to see a 4, in my opinion. I was happy with that. But yeah, I mean, there's one player I do want to touch on before we do talk about some breaking news that happened today. Fer Lopez.
Oh, Fer Lopez. How much time have we got? Listen, if I see this kid leave Wolves before the season starts, somebody at Molineux will be held accountable for my actions because he is the difference maker. Again, all pre-season, I'm watching him play. I'm like, this kid can play football. And last season, when we were dying out for somebody who could pass the ball forward, run with the ball, and just be that midfield architect that we needed, why was he allowed to go out on loan? That's outrageous. We all saw it. So there you go. His first game, Europa League, scores a Travella from 30 million miles away. Who's allowing that to go out on loan? We've got him at the club, and he's a good kid, man. And
Rob Edwards. Rob Edwards.
Can't believe it. Edwards,
Shrewsbury,
Pereira. They should both be hung up for their charges against humanity because that's outrageous. Genuinely, he's so good.
People say about Rob Edwards, it's harsh to get sacked. And rather,
no, it wasn't.
Neutral fans who don't know anything about Wolves.
No.
Weren't there, shouldn't have sacked Rob Edwards. But you look at decisions like that, you just think, really? You couldn't have just kept him? let's be completely real here. He was starting for Celta Vigo. Starting for Celta Vigo last season, playing in the midfield too. He's more than good enough, man. Like, I don't think he'll leave because I think he's a very big part of the plans. I think he's been promised to sort of start every game. I don't think he'll leave. He's a goal scorer. He's really nice on the eye. Probably a little bit too lightweight for the Championship, maybe, but I think sometimes
I think his height will back him. I think
quality in the Championship goes a long way. You know, a lot of people are sort of doubting Raúl Jiménez. I have no doubt Raúl Jiménez is going to score a lot of goals next season. I just think a lot of fans are in denial, to be honest. But yeah, like
they're scared. They're scared of Jiménez.
It's actually quite funny. The team we got now is way better than the team we had last season.
1,000%. New system, new manager.
Not just in terms of like, you know, actual player for player, but in terms of like actual like leadership and quality and just team spirit and squad. I mean, it seems like a happier group. I mean, I know since Jeff Shee's gone, obviously, you know, the staff it's improved. The morale inside the squad's improved a lot. But I do believe, as he said, Trippier's increased standards in the training. So yeah, I mean, I'm very excited. So obviously today, Ben Jacobs, who I know Villa fans don't really rate, but I know certain clubs do rate him as a journalist, dropped the news that Jordan James is close to joining Wolves. Now, obviously, he may not go to Wolves. A few clubs interested. Knowing Wolves, we could bottle it, but I'm feeling confident about this one. First of all, Ben, let me know your thoughts on Jordan James, and then let me know.
Can we just give a shout out to Carpet? Yeah, can we just give a shout out to Carpet Dinosaur first for breaking this news on Twitter before everyone else? George, I don't think you're on Twitter as much as I am, but Carpet Dinosaur.
I've seen the tweet.
Tweeted on, I think it was Saturday, he said this is going to happen. And we were like, no, it's not going to happen, Carpet Dinosaur. You're a dinosaur on a carpet. It's not happening. And it has. So Carpet Dinosaur, if you're listening, God knows why you are. Fair play to you. Jordan James ticks all the boxes that we need. A midfielder, pass the ball, he can press, he can play across the midfield. Number 8, number 6, number 10. He's homegrown. £10 million for the young player of the season last season is an absolute steal. And again, if he's here for 2 seasons, plays really well, he's sold for £50 million.
If you look at the starting 11 currently, obviously keeper's a different issue. In my opinion, if we keep Sarr, not the end of the world, but I do want someone better. If you look at the sort of outfield players, the one position you're probably thinking could probably be better would be Manetzi. And I think if Jordan James can play there, you're looking at Andre Lopez and Jordan James in midfield. And then, obviously, Manetzi and Tommy Doyle on the bench.
It's exciting.
Bellegarde as well, who I thought was
a Premier League midfield.
Definitely going to leave.
Premier League midfield.
I thought Bellegarde was definitely going to leave, and looks like he's going to stay. But does Bellegarde start? In my opinion, no. Unless he starts over Mane on the left. But
will he make the bench? That's the question. So many questions to ask, George. His squad's huge, man. Boubacar Traore as well. You still got him.
Oh, no, he's going. Boubacar will be gone.
So outrageous, man.
He's not good enough. Do you think we'll get Jordan James over the line?
I think it's a done deal. I think I'm going to stick my neck on the line here. I've been a Jordan James fan since João Gomes left. I've been banging that drum for weeks. And my videos on YouTube, on TikTok, on Twitter. Just signing, man. £10 million for the young player of the season last season. It's nothing, man, today's market. How much was Saeed again? £7 million?
Yeah.
What's £3 million? Get it over the line. You've just sold João Gomes for however much million pounds it was. Jordan James is sat there. He's a Welsh international. He's 22 years old. He's 22. He's still young, man. And I've watched clips of him. I've analysed him. And listen, I'm not an analyst. I'm not a recruitment expert. But he ticks all the boxes that Wolves need. And Manetzi gets a lot of credit for running around. That's great. But how about running around and pass the ball as well?
That's quite funny. He was playing in midfield when Joe Bellingham was also playing in midfield for Blues, and he would start over Joe Bellingham. Look, Joe Bellingham starts with Dortmund. For me. I would personally rather have him over Joe, personally. But if we get him, great. If we don't, whether he goes to Middlesbrough, is it Middlesbrough, Burnley and West Ham are interested?
Middlesbrough, Burnley, West Ham, everyone wants him, which is a sign of a good player, by the way. If they want him, it's a good player.
He's basically at the top. Because I think everyone pretty much knows what the top 4 is going to be next season.
Intense, man.
We'll leave sort of predictions for now because you've all seen them on our own channels. But yeah, me and Ben are both quite confident we're going to do well. I think I was asking a lot of people today where we're going to finish. I think you said we finished second. But for me, I was a bit worried at the start of the pre-season. I was thinking, God, like we haven't really sold anyone, but it does look like a different squad. And then you add a player like Jordan James in. That is, well...
It's naughty.
It's game changing.
Cheeky.
It's a statement signing. Get it done. Back the manager. Come on, let's
£10
get it
million,
done.
man. It's
Right.
pennies, man. £10 million. Come on, get it done, Wolves.
All right. So this is being recorded on the Wednesday. Obviously, it's going to be released tomorrow. So the game, if you're watching this, is tomorrow night. Obviously, big game away. No, home at Blackburn. Bloody hell. We put it bluntly, guys. We've had some technical difficulties. Basically, we're recording, and then we tried to get a guest on. We meant to have a Blackburn fan come on. He joins. He has no signal. It's just like rip, 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 rip. And yeah, first podcast let us off. But yeah, Ben, Blackburn at home, Friday night, Sky Sports, first game of the Championship. How you feeling?
I'm excited. I'm really, really excited for this season. The last few seasons have been nothing but chaotic, dreadful, uninspiring, I think, to a degree as well. So it's a new league to a degree. 8 years since the last Championship season. We're on Sky Sports for opening the entire league, under the lights as well. Always a pleasure. At Molineux, the first season that we're going to have. Oh my days, I cannot wait. And César Peixoto, so far, has made a really good impression to me. So Blackburn are a team that I think we can all agree are struggling. They're not at the best window. I don't know too much about them in terms of sort of their ins and outs, but is it Mowbray's in charge again? That's
it was
never
a
a good sign.
proper dinosaur, man. I mean, come on.
Yeah, doesn't intrigue me. We went last season in the FA Cup, and it was like a half-empty stadium, and it sort of felt a bit. They're a sleeping giant that needs to be bought out by the Venkies. That's my sort of Blackburn analysis. That's all I've got, basically. And everyone's
this is why we wanted. This is why we wanted a guest, but it's not working.
Get his insights. But
next time we get a guest on, we're going to make sure they got proper Wi-Fi.
And they can speak.
Requirements to join this podcast.
The bare minimum Wi-Fi. He's waiting in the wait room again. But yeah, overall, I'm excited for it. Blackburn are a big team. I still think they're a big team. I think the moment they're sold by the Venkies, if that ever happens, we will have a very, very a sleeping giant awoken, basically. So yeah, I like Blackburn. I think they're a good team, good club, nice little ground as well that we went to Ewood Park last season. But we will beat them, and we'll beat them pretty comfortably. Yeah. I'm fairly confident.
I think you look at Blackburn last season. They're really. I think if it wasn't for a few points deductions here and there, they were really sort of fortunate to stay up. They're quite poor football inside. I mean, as I said, they got great history. They got they're a good club. They're a traditional club. I think a lot of Blackburn fans probably now support Man City, which is a shame, obviously. But that's the way the food chain goes. I think honestly, could you have asked for a better home game to start with? Really, it's kind of like the ideal opening first fixture.
Bottom 5 team on the opening day of the season. If
they do nick a win, or we fail to score, it's 0-0. That could. So it's really important we beat them. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's really important we beat them, because if we don't, I mean, Molineux at the minute is very rocky, and they've done a lot of things right this summer. They got the kit right. They've lowered the season ticket prices. The signings they have made have been very good. Obviously, everything seems happy within the club. So they have done a lot right, but it's still quite. I don't think the fans are still
shaky. And if we go behind
happy
early on, you can feel it sort of turning a little bit. I saw a tweet the other day saying you can't win the league in August, but you can lose it in August, and that is stuck with me quite a bit. Our first 5 games are interesting, to say the least. And if we don't get at least, you look at 10, 11, 12 points, then you sort of already playing catch up with Southampton and West Ham and everyone else. So Blackburn has to be 3 points. If you're going to win the league and go back up, you've got to win.
Do have that points deduction, so
of course, yeah. So
that will benefit us, hopefully. But again,
22nd in the league. Is it 6 points they've got? Or 3 points?
I thought it was 4 or 2. I don't think it was 6. It's not going to affect
not a lot, but
there's that many games in the Championship. Because did West Brom get a 2-point deduction last season? It didn't really affect it.
Outrageous.
In the Premier League, it's always a lot more tighter, isn't it? 2 points means a lot more in the Prem. I mean, this is what we've got to get used to. We are going to be playing against. We are big fishes now. We've gone from being small fishes to big fishes.
Huge fish, mate. I love it.
Yeah, no, it is great, but how are these players going to react to being the underdogs every week? Because at times it has worked. You look at Liverpool. Our best performances last season were probably when we're literally just embracing the underdog. Arsenal, Villa, Liverpool, of course. Whereas this season, are those players going to be up for it to be the big boys?
I think so.
I think there's definitely a good chance.
He's got them rolled up, man. He's got them rolled up. He's got them trained. He's got them organised, and he's got them playing nice football as well. And that's what I want to see. Like, I think we will win the league. I'm confident in that. I think we will bring in new players. But it'd be nice just to see Wolves play nice football again. A back four is a welcome change. It's been the best part of 10 years playing a back five. The only team in England that can't play a back four under the variety of managers. I don't know what Nuno instilled at the club, but he did a great job of making sure back five stayed at the club. Yeah. I'll give him that. I'll give him that much. But back four is exciting to see. The high press, you can see most of our goals are coming from the high press. I suppose, against West Ham and Burnley, is that going to be, an issue? Or are they going to play? We're going to see, right? But overall, the signs are there. Blackburn at home is going to be an interesting game. Fer Lopez, Jimenez, Rodrigo Gomez. You got Mane, Andre, Menetzi, of course. No Jordan James potentially, just yet. But yeah, I'm excited for it. Really excited for it. Blackburn have got some players. Couldn't name you two of them. Cantwell's pretty decent. Yeah, Cantwell's pretty good.
The only three players I can name from Blackburn: Scott Wharton, who I believe is Adam Wharton's brother or cousin, maybe.
Sounds right.
Yeah, and then there's obviously Adam Forshaw. He used to play for Leeds for a bit. Obviously not brilliant, but like
he's still playing.
Yeah, he plays for Blackburn. Nah. They have a lot of has-beens, I believe. I was actually about to look for the squad. Todd Cantwell. I mean, he's not really great, is he? I mean,
their goalkeeper's pretty good, right? I think. Pretty good. I don't know.
I just predicted lineup Toth, but I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I haven't really heard of many of their players, to be honest.
Great. Again, so when we lose,
struggling.
This gets clipped up.
This is the thing. Yeah, I mean, we got to win. We simply have to win. At the end of the day, we need to make Molineux a fortress next season. And if because away games in the Championship are going to be tough. I mean, not necessarily not necessarily Blackburn away. Obviously, the team we're playing at home, because we talk a lot about Blackburn. But places like Ashton Gate, man, the Den, Loftus Road. Yeah. There's some tough grounds to go. I mean, obviously, Hawthorn, St Andrews, they're going to be like tough games. Bramall Lane, we've got a terrible record there. There's going to be some tough away games, man. I mean, home, I'm not so worried. So we've got to try and win games at home. I mean, you probably need to win 60% of your games to win the league, maybe? I mean, maybe
win the home games, draw the away games, and you're good to go. You just can't lose at Blackburn at home. Like, if you're going to win the league, Blackburn at home, it should be 3 points. It just has to be. And like we said earlier, you can't win the league in August, but you can lose it very quickly.
I just don't see how. It sounds really arrogant, but I just feel like with someone like Kieran Trippier, now we've got like set piece to our games. Even if we're playing poorly and they're on top and we're playing badly, it only takes a corner or a free kick.
Trippier corner, Mosquera header, Totti Gomez flick on.
Then you got so many different options. If Jimenez is struggling, I mean, I'd imagine Jimenez would start, right? But he might not. If Jimenez is struggling, you can bring an Adam Armstrong, who's a proven Championship goal scorer.
Scores goals, man, in the Championship.
I mean, they may get rid of Sasa, but if they are going to keep Sasa, and we'll probably have him on Friday, he's a good option.
He's still
because
there. He's still there as well.
I don't think he'll be playing.
Well, this is the interesting thing. I thought he was out of the club and gone, but on social media, he's doing like match previews and like the match like social media stuff. So like,
it's in the contract.
I don't know if he's just not fancied by the manager, which is completely fair because he's not a very good player.
If it's up to me,
he's available. He's a player at a squad skill.
Yeah, I can't imagine him being in the squad. I think we got two. We got that homegrown issue, haven't we, which everyone knows about. So there's no point explaining.
That's the issue, isn't it? We can't name the players on the bench because we just haven't got enough homegrown players to fill it.
So I'd imagine like Moller Wolf may not be on the bench. Hwang may not be on the bench. Bellegarde's injured, isn't he? Yeah, Boubacar. Hoover obviously doesn't right. I would have just had a bomb squad, mate. I would have just put Hwang, Boubacar, Hoover. I mean, I would have put obviously Tolu. Yeah, was in the bomb squad. I mean, didn't even. Yeah, to be fair,
to the moon, mate.
It sounded like he wanted to train, but we wouldn't let him train. So it actually sounds like the opposite of what usually happens.
Can't knock his
I mean, that's
it's enthusiasm.
One of the past, but at least he's gone. It's quite funny, isn't it? The two players that have left. One was like one of our top 10 record signings. The other probably our best player.
Number 8.
They're the only two players who are left, and we've finished bottom of the league. But realistically, players like as you said, the players we have kept hold of. We got rid of a lot of the rubbish in January, so that's one thing. And then the players we have kept hold of, they're fairly young. Was it down to attitude or was it down to inexperience who went down? As I said, we were lacking quality. So adding Kieran Trippier, Raúl Jiménez, even bringing back Tommy Doyle, it does make a massive difference to the team because at the end of the day, as I mentioned earlier, if you can get a corner, we were used. I mean, Andre was taking corners last season.
Yeah, Andre.
Not good enough. I mean,
we
Andre's
saw many
probably now
players. Rodrigo.
He's probably now fourth, fifth choice corner taker. When you bring in Doyle, Lopez, and Trippier, you know what I mean. So that makes a massive difference.
It's exciting.
Yeah, ultimately, and the other point is obviously we're going to be playing against lesser opposition. You know, every game in the Premier League was tough. The first game against in the Championship, it's Blackburn, who, let's be completely real, probably it's such a lower standard.
Bottom 5. They probably will go down if
exactly.
go according to plan. They will go down. So there's no excuses not to win on Friday. And if we're sat here on Monday and we've lost the game, cancelling this podcast. It happened again.
No, we can't do that. Man. We can't do that. We put too much work into it, mate. We're not giving up after one episode. I'm not doing that again.
Can't be doing that, man. Listen, Blackburn, it's going to be a tough game. It's Friday night. It's up on the news on Sky Sports, and we're going to have a good time being there. Afterwards, George, we're going to go out with mates again. Last time he was out last Friday as well. Where did you go again?
Maybe not, because obviously I got a big walk on the Tuesday, but we shall see. I mean, last guy was with my mates. I'm with my dad for this one, so less likely, but you never know. Look, if I'm feeling it. Should we just touch upon some signing news from today just before we end? Because obviously we're going to get the Blackburn fan on. Obviously that hasn't worked out, so we've got a little bit more time than expected. They've obviously said today that they want to get rid of Hoover, Sasa, Boubacar and Hwang. I think all of them, really, apart from Sasa, I wasn't surprised about. I was a little bit disappointed about Sasa because I think he just gives you such a different option. We know he's a good bloke. We know he's a good guy to have around in the changing rooms. I mean, what do you think? Would you keep Sasa?
I'd keep him. I would keep him, but then I also think as a player himself, he's probably too good to be back up in the Championship to Raúl Jiménez.
You think?
I think he's probably...
But I'd
say so. I
think a player like him, because of his injury record, and obviously, yes, the Austrian League, it's a decent standard. The Championship, in my opinion, is a higher standard than the Austrian League. You know,
good point.
The way you can justify it to him is like, you're not fully fit, and you're probably going to get injured, so we give you 20 minutes here and there, and then we'll just see how you get on. But I mean, Armstrong's pretty versatile. He'll sometimes be playing in the 10, sometimes be playing on the wings. You could argue he's the second striker rather than the third. I'd keep him.
Keep him. But again, I think he's had it himself as well, right? I'm sure he's had a conversation with Peixoto, sort of, his plans. Yeah. Raúl Jiménez is starting over him every single day of the week. He just is a better player. Armstrong.
But if Raúl does get injured, we're down to only Armstrong up front, which...
So that, mate. Bring back Costa again.
I do really rate. Diego. I mean, he was too old when we had him the first time round.
What's Andy Carroll doing nowadays? Come on, bring him back.
Grant Holt, Yannick Sagbo, bring him all back.
Don't give him ideas, George. Don't give him ideas.
Dicko, Phobie, one of them two.
Come on, man. We've got time.
Last time I said Phobie, I'm sure he was playing Dubai.
I think he's spot on though. Like him in his injury, suddenly then you're thinking, okay, what happens now? You got Armstrong, which is again a very versatile forward.
Well, last season. Armstrong's basically our only option, wasn't he?
Yeah. So
Tolly was unplayable.
It's a long season. Tolly, crikey, it's been a long season, man. But like you got Adam Armstrong, who I like a lot as well. Jimenez, of course, if he could stay fit, you could always play Matheus Marne in a false 9. I don't really want to do that, really, but you could do that. But I think you are right there, and Jimenez injury or an Armstrong suspension, and suddenly then you're thinking, who'd you bring on? Sasa's there. He's our player. He's still a Wolves player. Wouldn't cost you anything really to keep other than wages.
When we won the Championship under Nuno, we had Bonatini. Obviously, we brought a Phobie in the January, but you could also have Jota who played up there. But again, Nuno seems
Rafinha as well.
Oh yeah, well for a couple of games. We don't.
Yeah,
we're going to talk about him. We don't want to get cancelled first episode. But I mean, I think Nuno just had that knack of like keeping players fit, whereas recently, the injury record doesn't seem to be as good.
But I back him, man. I think that high press is the energy you've got to play with that high press. Can Jimenez play a full 90 minutes of the high press at his age? Probably not. Can Phil Lopez do it? Can Mane play? That's my concern. Is at half time when these players are knackered and we're not winning the game.
Sasa's not a high press player.
Can Sasa do it?
No.
That's the thing.
But you wouldn't play him in that system. He'd be like your plan B. You know what I mean? He'd be like, right, this is when you start giving the ball to Trippier and he just starts getting in the box.
Lumping in the box, get tighty forwards, and you're going to win the game.
Another player I want to touch on as well is Krejci. Obviously, I think everyone was pretty certain he was going to go. And then recently, he seems to sort of come back into the fold. I mean, what do you think? Do you think he'll stay? I mean, there's a
I
chance.
think there's every chance he stays, mainly because of the fee we paid. I think we paid a lot of money for him. I don't think we'll want to let him go for cheap, and they shouldn't because he's our player. I also think a poor World Cup from the Czechs helped us as well. Because I think if they got,
But he had a good World Cup.
he had a decent World Cup himself, but overall as a nation they were knocked out at the group. Was it the group stages? The group stages they were knocked out by.
Yeah.
I think if they got like round 16 quarterfinals, he'd have been up there as a player that you want to go and sign right for £40 million. Didn't happen. So now he's still at the club, and last season part of the worst squad, worst points history ever. You know, are you going to pay €30 million for someone like him? Probably not. I wouldn't.
Maybe.
Would you?
I mean, I think if he had a worse attitude, because apparently he's got a really good attitude, and apparently he's good around the dressing room. Like, he's probably one of them. He probably does want to leave, but if he does have to stay, he's not going to be like kicking up a fuss. Obviously, we haven't seen Santi Bueno yet, which is strange. Obviously, they both got knocked out in the group stages. I would have thought out of them two, Santi be more likely to stay. I mean, you would say that's probably his strongest back two as well. I personally think Mosquera and Krejci for the system works better than Santi and Krejci. But it's going to be interesting. I mean, you can even play him in midfield. I mean, that would make the midfield even stronger if you had Andre, James and Krejci. I mean, bloody hell, like that'd be an incredible midfield.
He played like against Fulham last season, and he wasn't great. I'm not sure he's a midfielder that everyone thinks he is.
You don't think?
That's a myth, mate.
Championship. Oh, yeah, but that's
a myth, man.
I don't think you can hold that Fulham game because I think there was a lot more wrong than just Krejci playing in midfield.
Yeah, Vita Pereira for starters. But,
I think we've pretty much wrapped everything up. Obviously, it is the first episode, so obviously things are going to be a little bit rough around the edges. Obviously, me and Ben have done content together before, but obviously, you know, the chemistry does need to grow a little bit. But I'm pretty happy with how that went. We'll just end it off with a little prediction for Friday. What do you think, Ben?
3-0. We're gonna pump them. I'm so confident, man. I am 3-0. We're gonna score a hatch. We're gonna score a boatload of goals. Jimenez is gonna come on. We're gonna sing "Si Senor." I'm gonna have an inches cider, and we're gonna win the league. So
you don't think Jimenez will start? I don't think he will.
I think he might come off the bench. I'll go Armstrong. I'll play Phil Lopez.
Just ease him in, innit? I mean, you want Jimenez probably starting for that West Ham game and then playing from then on, probably.
And the baggies.
That's probably what you want. Well, yeah, of course, yeah. But like I mean, it's Blackburn, Preston, Stoke. You'd like to think that'd be 9. You'd like to think that'd be 9 points. And then us and West Ham both on 9 points. You know, you're having a title race.
Nuno.
Decided game, 4 games in.
It could be that kind of early, right? It could be that kind of decider that early on, especially with the teams around us as well. Southampton, Burnley, Norwich, who we want to watch. Wrexham are still just, again, I've seen the bid for that player, £8 million for defender. They're spending money, man. And if Wolves aren't careful...
Yeah, there's some decent teams. It's not going to be a walk in the park, but Friday might be.
It's going to be fun, man. It's going to be a fun
Friday might
season.
be a walk in the park, but I don't think the rest of the season will. I'm going to go over 2-0, just because I don't think we're going to go too crazy, just because obviously it's the first game of the season, they'll be prioritising a win, and obviously it's a process, you know, it's going to take time before we fully sort of cook in. I think it might be similar to Port Vale game, might have a rocky first 10 minutes and then get into it. But yeah, I'm pretty confident with the defence. And as I said, if we can wrap George James up very soon, that could be some nice news to go into Friday. And yeah, I think that's everything. Guys, if you have been watching, please do drop us a sub. Obviously, drop us a like. Share this video around. Because obviously we are...
5 stars on a podcast. Is that what you do a podcast nowadays?
Yeah,
5 stars on the applications on Spotify and Apple Music.
You need to sort out on Spotify and Apple Music, but... Yeah, no, this is going to be good fun. I wouldn't expect the YouTube to take off straight away, but you never know. You never know. As I said, all the clips will be coming out on TikTok as well, so you'll probably see most of them. But yeah, sorry about the technical difficulties. So if there is a bit that jumbled up, Ben's a good editor, so I'm sure it'll be fine.
Don't worry, they don't even notice.
Thank you for joining, everyone, and we will see you all next time. Goodbye.
Cheerio. Bye-bye.